It seems it's time for a little bit of poetry and philosophy. Yes, there is such a thing as warrior poetry. And no, I'm not a huge fan, but I find meaningful lessons in some of the warrior poetry, and perhaps none more than Rudyard Kipling's Law for the Wolves in the Second Jungle Book, 1895. Let's go. I'm Dr. Christopher Larsen, a veteran of the U.S. Army Infantry, founder of One Shepherd Leadership Institute, and author of Small Unit Tactical Doctrine. The Law for Wolves. Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky, and the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that breaketh must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back, for the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Wash daily from nose tip to tail tip. Drink deeply, but never too deep. And remember, the night is for hunting. And forget not, the day is for sleep. The jackal may follow the tiger, but cub, when thy whiskers are grown, remember the wolf is the hunter. Go forth and get food of thy own. Keep peace with the lords of the jungle, the tiger, the panther, the bear. And trouble not Hathi the silent, and mock not the boar in his lair. When pack meets pack in the jungle, and neither will go from the trail, lie down till the leaders have spoken. It may be fair words shall prevail. When ye fight with a wolf of the pack, you must fight him alone and afar, lest others take part in the quarrel, and the pack is diminished by war. Rudyard Kipling. Now, for those who already know this, I'm sure it means what it means to you. I'm sure it has deep meaning to you. And I don't mean it to diminish that, but allow me to impart what this means to me. I think it's enlightened. And whereas I hear martial philosophers often quoted, I don't hear Kipling quoted as often as he should be. I would say that the law for the wolves, and often called the law of the jungle, is far less prescriptive, but more succinct and more eloquent than Rogers' Rangers. He wrote in 1757 rules for ranging. And yet, you see that here. You see that right here. Now as the law of the jungle is old and as true as the sky. Pretty self-evident. I'm going to tell you the truth, and this truth still holds true today. The wolf that keeps it will prosper, but the wolf that breaks it must die. And I don't know here if he means that if you violate these, your own wolves will kill you, or if you violate these, the jungle will kill you. And I think maybe, as we read further, it might be a little bit of both. For the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. For infantry, that is the most critical piece of the law for the wolves. Infantry are predators. All warriors, regardless of your branch specialty, your MOS background, all warriors have the right to self-defense. Not just defense of themselves, but the defense of their unit, of their comrades. And I liken it to a mother bear. You know what happens when you get between a mother bear and her cubs. Be prepared to die a gruesome death. Be prepared to die a quick death, but a gruesome death. And I don't want to ever take that away from warriors. Especially in today's operating environment, we say, well, this is non-contiguous, non-linear fight. My gosh, everybody's a rifleman and everybody's, pulling a trigger. And there's a lot of truth to that. So this isn't to diminish other warriors and their contributions to the battle space and the defense of our nation. But it is simply to recognize this. Infantry are predators. It's of course, something of an exaggeration. It's of course hyperbole, but infantrymen need to hunt and devour the flesh of their opponents. We're predators. Yet, as a single predator, we're virtually useless. I think one of the most impressive things is to watch the dogs, the packs of dogs in Africa. They're small. They're not impressive. They're friendly. They're just not that powerful. In Africa, there's no predator, there's no prey that can survive a pack of dogs. When they combine their efforts, they devastate everything. And we need to keep that in mind. It goes on, and there's a whole lot to be said here. I like that Kipling is talking about respect and keep peace with the lords of the jungle. We have to understand that just because we're warriors, just because we're infantry, doesn't mean that we don't have other lords. Doesn't mean that there aren't tigers and panthers and bears out there, snakes and boars. You better show respect, or the jungle will kill you. I think he talks about the patience of patrolling here when he says, drink deeply, but never too deep. Stay on your toes, stay alert, keep your head up. But don't be afraid to set down. When you have to, set down, keep security, and let your leaders figure it out. That's wise advice for infantrymen of every age. When you fight with the wolf of the pack, you must fight him alone and afar. It's one-on-one. Alone because there's justice there. You don't gang up on your own brothers. You fight him afar. You don't do this within earshot or eyeshot with the rest of the pack. If you do that, other people, other warriors will naturally take part in that quarrel. They'll break and take sides. And even if you make up and amend with the person you were fighting with, too late. The others haven't had that opportunity yet. So the pack will diminish in war. It's brilliant. Kipling's advice here is absolutely on par with some of the greatest martial philosophers of past times and current, contemporary. And again, I think when you look at what he's saying in these short, eloquent words for the Law of the Wolves, it rings true with Rules for Ranging by Rogers Rangers. Sometimes warrior poetry is necessary. We learn a lot.